This truck has 5 things that are going to make you envious because surely your vehicle doesn't have them. And most likely, at the end of this video, your opinion about electric cars is going to change, and I would like to know that opinion there in the comment section. Well, it's about the Rivian, which I've had for a week. They had written to me, they had invited me to try it, and finally that opportunity has come. And the truth is that it's more than I expected. Here are those 5 things that are really very interesting. And what I tell other manufacturers, whether they are gasoline cars or electric vehicles, is to look at what this Rivian offers because they should copy. It's that good. Let's see. Before we begin, let me share a bit about this brand, which is unknown to many, even in the United States. When you mention Rivian or people ask you, well, this strange logo, what brand is it? Is it the Rivian brand? It started, like in 2009, someone came up with the brilliant idea to compete against Tesla and launch this brand. But only, like until 2021, it had the support of investors who put in money, cash, dough to be able to take it to production. In 2021, Rivian's first-generation pickup truck was released. They already have the R1S and R1T version, which is the sport utility vehicle, and the truck. This one with 3 rows of seats, and they also have one with 2 rows of seats. Amazon's investment involvement warrants attention, as their participation often leads to significant growth and success. A guy who knows a lot about business, right? The Rivian truck itself. I'm going to give you a brief review of what the exterior part is like. And then we go to the bread and butter. What I mean to say is these are the things you're going to envy and that other manufacturers should take into account and copy many of these things. Because especially in the area of safety, technology, and convenience, this one is very good. The front stands out, obviously, from everything else out there. This is not a uniform. The logo, as I mentioned, is very unusual but eye-catching. This is the daytime running light, a characteristic extension of some electric vehicles like the Ford Lightning, for example. I like LED technology in this one. This headlight is a set of 4 micro projection lenses, says Rivian. Also, in this form, it is already characteristic of this brand, so they come in with a design, let's say a different design language wherever. When you see this at night, you know it's a Rivian. Despite being an electric car, it has active panels that open and close to produce cooling. For that package, the Max, which has large battery packs, that the Rivian has a front camera with a washer that is a sprinkler for washing. Very important recovery hook because you can take it off-road with this Rivian. It's quite versatile and has a good height, let's say ground clearance, which also allows it to overcome those terrains where there are obstacles, where there are, let's say, not too aggressive off-road, but you have the versatility and convenience to do it. The sensors, look, it has 5 sensors around the vehicle that allow you a very safe driving, and we'll see that later on. But it also has, now that I'm talking about the front camera, a set of cameras that are 11 high-definition cameras. I'll explain why it's different, and it's something you'll envy. The peripheral security technology game is a marvel. I also love the 22-inch rims with their striking design. The logo with the yellow edge looks great, and especially the calipers. Here these yellow clamps with this contrast with the green, here in contrast with the black, it looks very good. And here the Rivian in high relief, also with the yellow edge. It's another one of those distinctive marks that give the truck that visual quality, that distinctive mark that I like a lot. The truck has a rectangular profile maintaining the classic sport utility vehicle identity. We see the extension because you have 3 rows of seats. You also have good air channeling here because it's important for an electric vehicle. That channeling, that aerodynamic part for performance. And the performance, the efficiency of the vehicle as an electric that it is. We see another camera here in the mirror. The cameras are important. There are 11 cameras in total. Each of those cameras has 12 megapixels. There is one of the things that will make 12 megapixels enviable. It means that it has a definition on that board, which I show you there. That board shows the definition of some cameras. You could film a movie, a video there, because in this Rivian, they say it is 8 times better than other vehicles. The visual quality of those cameras, which allow you an ideal peripheral vision. And here I'm going to show you another one of those things that your vehicle probably doesn't have. Would you like to have a panoramic roof like this one? But Freddy, I have a panoramic roof, I have a Cadillac, I have a Nautilus. Well, this panoramic roof has a particularity. Right now, if you notice, I can see the tree that's here giving me shade through the transparent roof. At night, I saw the moon and stars. But if you press this button that's here, the roof completely changes its tone, it becomes opaque, darkens the cabin, it would provide more coolness and eliminates the transparency. It really is a luxury roof and it's quite large. It's another one of those advantages that could change your opinion about electric vehicles or about this Rivian, which is really very good. Another thing that will make you envious is the incorporation of artificial intelligence in this Rivian R1S. How is that? Is it GPT chat? No, it's not GPT chat, but it is artificial intelligence, intuitive or predictive, because it predicts each of the things that are happening in your environment. How do they do it? The vehicle is equipped with numerous sensors and 11 high-definition 12-megapixel cameras that work together. So that artificial intelligence can, for example, be permanently aware of what is happening millimetrically in your environment. If it has to correct for you, it corrects. If there is an imminent collision, it applies the brake. So the incorporation of artificial intelligence makes the Rivian vehicle or van safer. And that, well, is really important. It's applauded since I'm in the back part now. If you need to tow, well, you have a towing capacity of 7,700 pounds for an electric sport utility vehicle truck. It's pretty good. Another convenient thing is that, well, over here you have the integration of the lights in the rear bumper, the prominent Rivian, also a rear light, an extended rear light. And how does this open? Well, it can be opened from the inside screen. Good thing I was paying attention. It can be opened from the inside screen or from here manually. And look at all this space it has. You know, here would come the rear tire. This one doesn't have it. I think the rear tire is optional. Another thing that will make you envious is that it comes with an air compressor to inflate the tires. If you need an air compressor, well, this one has it integrated. Another one of those little things that you're going to like to have, and you can camouflage it here. And this is the third row. I'm going to show you a little inside what the comfort would be like. But look, all the space you have also has to do with these buttons. One over here, another over there. Look at all the flat space. The cargo space is also a marvel in this Rivian. To get to the third row, this moves here. The access is relatively easy and good. Keep in mind it's a mid-size sport utility vehicle, so you don't have an overly generous distance. Because when this backrest is here, and I'm going to demonstrate with this one, which I already have in position, well, yes, the knees touch. Can an adult travel slightly uncomfortably with their legs a bit tucked in? It's not the most comfortable. A child will travel without any inconvenience, but older individuals may experience some discomfort. However, the versatility it has to offer this third row of seats is valued, which, as I showed you, when it's completely flat, it's also a quite large cargo space. The second row also offers comfortable travel for passengers. However, take note of the quality of the materials used. I like the design of the seats, as I like, obviously, in the front part, the main seats very well. And look at the back part, not. This is like, you can see the quality of the materials itself, the pocket. Let's say everything well built for a truck that costs you $107,000. Well, the checkered mat is quite good. That one, I'm not so sure for my taste. No, doesn't it make it look a bit old in itself, like an outdated style? That's a matter of taste. Let me know in the comments if you like a checkered mat like the one Rivian offers. With all this technology and modernity, it's like a classic touch. I'm not sure. And here you have a bit of wood. And here, if you want to hang your jacket, do you have something to hang? They offer. This is also offered by Kia, which is one of the competitors. The Kia EV9, the Ioniq 7, and the Volvo EV90 are three of the competitors it has. This is Rivian, and here is another of the great advantages for which this Rivian will make you envious. Envy of Pelasana. And is it a feature or characteristic that has to do with safety? It's the dashboard. The dashboard has done something that Tesla does, but the difference with Tesla is that it puts it here on the central screen. Tesla doesn't have a dashboard. Rivian does have one. And that's the awareness it gives you of what's happening around you. With a pretty good real-time digital graphic representation, you can see the vehicles that are around you in any driving circumstances. I mean, it's real-time permanent, as I tell you that you have, so that you are aware of what is happening around you. In addition, obviously, to what we all should do, which is the use of our mirrors. Be aware of what is happening around, but it's something extra. It's important, and other manufacturers should copy this because we live in this era, in this historical moment, where distraction is something that represents a very serious problem and where most of the accidents or many of the accidents that are happening are due to distraction. With the phone, people are getting very distracted with the same central screens with everything that is happening from connectivity. Well, having that element where visually you know what is happening around you, it can even be seen in the visual quality of the graphics. It's pretty good because you can see the type of vehicle next to you on either side, in front and behind. Whether it's a sport utility vehicle or a pickup truck, you can identify that, but it gives you that awareness of knowing exactly what you have around you. It greatly minimizes the risk of blind spots, dead spots, that you're going to change lanes and boom, there's a car there and it hits you. And on top of that, it sends you a lot of alerts. So I think the Rivian's dashboard is something very good. Unlike Tesla, I prefer having the dashboard in front of me rather than not having one at all. Like this Rivian has it, how do you prefer it? Let me know there, also in the comments. So what do you think of the Rivian so far? Which feature makes you envious? Would you like other car manufacturers to copy? What features would you like other manufacturers to copy? Very well, if you're enjoying the video, I take this opportunity to ask you to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Why? So that YouTube interprets that you like the videos and shows them to you more often. So the subscription is important. Give me a subscription, the like, and it costs you nothing. We continue. Other things inside that can make you envious is, look, the veined wood is an impressive quality. The central screen, also look at everything it has if you want. For example, I don't know, the air conditioning vents you can't manipulate manually. For some, it may be something that makes them envious. For others, they will say, no, leave it manual. I want to have access without having to enter a digital interface like this, where it can be a distracting element. But see how the air conditioning self-adjusts. If I want to turn it on, if I want to change the direction of the vent here, for example, all I have to do is move it here with my finger digitally. The same is where I want to direct the airflow, and that's where the airflow is directed. If you don't want air conditioning, you can simply cancel it together. This will cancel it here, there, and in these other locations as well. So this is part of the interface I was telling you about. Here you can, for example, this is the front trunk can be opened. I also show you the details of the front interior. Do you have good space? That's something characteristic of some electric vehicles, as they don't need an engine. And from here, from this button, you can close it because you have that front space of the trunk. You can open the trunk from this part of the digital interface, and you can also control the lights. And over here is where you have access to more information about the vehicle, the different driving modes, but I'll talk about that in the driving part. And look at the definition of the cameras. There we see the peacocks that are surrounding me at this moment. A definition that I told you that you can also film a movie from above, and you have the front part, you have different angles, peripheral vision. I really like what this definition of the cameras is. And another thing that you're definitely going to want to have that you don't have your vehicle, it's that if you want to level a Porsche 911, the acceleration and speed, with a sport utility vehicle like this one with 3 rows of seats, well, in the Rivian R1S, do you have that solution? Do you have that? The product of an intimate union between a Porsche 911 and a 3-row sport utility vehicle. This is what gives you 850 horsepower that invite you to do something like this. Brake. We stepped on it all the way and off we went. It pushes your back against the back of the seat. The feeling is really fun. It's one of those thrills that only a roller coaster gives you. If with this power, the speed it can develop in the style of a Porsche 911, this Rivian truck, well, I really invite you to sit in one of these and try it. A quick acceleration, a start like that, and tell me if your opinion about electric vehicles, about electric cars hasn't changed. Because it's simply impressive, spectacular. Although, what else does the Rivian have that your vehicle doesn't, that could make you change your opinion? Let's see. And another thing you're going to love about this Rivian that you're going to envy is, look at this Rolls-Royce style. But there's no umbrella here. What there is a flashlight. You put the Rivian flashlight there and it turns off. That's one thing. Another that also generates envy is over here. Look at this loudspeaker that's there. You can take it out. And if you're, for example, camping, if you're there to liven up the party, that loudspeaker is portable and it sounds wonderful. That's another one of the things I love. One of those little things that other manufacturers should copy, of course. The one there, for example, has one hidden in the back, this one that they have here in this part. Well, I love the convenience like that. That's why I told you at the beginning that convenience elements are what this Rivian R1 has in abundance. This tri-motor version, with 2 motors in the back and 1 in the front, costs $107,000. What benefits does this configuration provide? It has permanent instant all-wheel drive. There is also a 2-motor version. It's a bit cheaper. This one is $73,000. And as I mentioned, the other is $107,000. Please share your thoughts about the price. I know it's a high price, but really with everything it offers, I think it's there. Not to the part what you get for the money. Another important fact is the range, not the autonomy range. It gives you more than 400 miles, let's say in theory more than 400 miles with the maximum package, the max pack, what they call batteries. That is truly impressive. I don't think that currently among 3-row seat trucks with electric, they are giving you that level of autonomy more than 400 miles times. Something quite generous. I've walked it quite a bit. I haven't done, let's say, an exact millimetric test of real economy, but I can give you the reference that I've driven it quite a bit, and I still have 44% of the battery left, so it's pretty good. And to complement what this driving experience has been, of this Rivian, you have 4 driving modes. Remember that you have an air suspension that favors a quite smooth ride quality, an impeccable ride, dodging the imperfections of the wallet without any problem. What are those driving modes? They have their peculiar names. Each brand names their driving modes. This one, for example, has one called all-purpose. All-purpose. It means that it is multi-purpose for all purposes. That's the one that can take it as normal driving, as intelligent, everyday driving. The other one is for snow. It makes modifications so that the traction is better on those slippery snow terrains. The other one is the conservative. I'm going to put it in the conservative. Let's see what happens. Of course, it loosens the suspension a bit more. The hitch itself with the acceleration, well, it's not so present. And the other one is the sport mode. And here in sport mode, I'm going to put it there. If I start to feel a bit more of those road imperfections, and as I'm going to enter a highway, here I'm going to enter the highway. We passed a little truck. I'm pressing the accelerator and it's a delight to be able to drive it. This Rivian, because you have the power there, the immediate, instantaneous torque that enriches that experience, to be able to go a little faster and make an overtaking, well, you can do it laughing your head off. Very well. The night came upon us, and with this, the end of the video as well. What are those features of the Rivian that make you green with envy? So let me know in the comments, which of those features would you like other manufacturers to copy? Whether it's gasoline vehicles, any type of vehicle, is there a particular feature you would love for them to copy that your vehicle has? Also, let me know that in the comments. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can see more of my videos. Here's a video of a manufacturer who added karaoke to their product. Speaking of distractions inside the vehicle, a manufacturer dared to put a karaoke in the car. I'm going to leave that there for you to see, and I'll see you in the next video. A special greeting and hug to my entire community in Latin America and the United States. Bye.